Madhukar, your host, and I'm the founder of Skills Beyond Education, and it's a organization which works with adolescents and adults to help build will strength. And I'm also an author of the book called Three Culprits: Laziness, Fear, and Doubt, and it's available on Amazon for those interested to pick up this. But more than anything else, today I have an amazing speaker, Aruna, who's the founder of Great Brains. She's a parenting coach, a brain mapping expert, who's also authoring a book, by the way, on mapping your brains. And she's here to share some amazing insights on how you can leverage the power of your brains to become better as a parent, to help your child on their journey as a student to excel. That's what all parents wants, right? We want our child to excel. We want them to be well-rounded human being. Thank you, Aruna, for taking time out and joining me here. I'm looking forward to learning a lot and hopefully also share some thoughts to our viewers today. And what got you into this brain mapping journey? How did you come to this point?
Yeah, thank you very much, Preetham. It is really privilege and sharing my knowledge here. And I want to help many parents and children to lead a stress-free life. So my passion, out of my passion, I started this. When I started this journey, I was looking something I should give to my children, which will help them to lead a stress-free life. Because nowadays education is vast, and the children are finding difficulty in go through it, and they're going to a lot of stress. So this I actually worked and researched to help my own children. So why to stop only with my children? I started my traditional and very ancient technology, all scientific tools, this great brains, and I'm helping many parents and children across the globe leading a stress-free life, helping them in many other aspects. Nowadays, what parents are facing, all the challenges, whoever comes here, they get a solution.
Super. And just to get the show going on, I would like to thank the viewers who is listening in. Thank you so much for taking time out, being here. Do stay tuned in till the end. It's about an hour or maybe a little less, and we got some amazing things and insights to give away. Anytime you have a question, just drop it in the chat box wherever you may be viewing it: LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or wherever else, and we will get the chat here and we'll be happy to answer them. So, Aruna, what can parents do for children who are struggling with focused study? You know, they're struggling to be focused on their studies. They get distracted easily. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes. This is like after Corona, this is one of the biggest challenge every student is going through, and every parent also has the same issue. The children are not able to sit in one place and not able to focus in one content. They are keep on changing their minds and going, running their mind. So there is some techniques how we can help them. Just find out where the child has interest more on it. Just focus on that and give that some time to spend on that particular thing, and then ask him giving any task. So that is one thing it will help. And after this corona, again, children, they need a lot of physical activities. When the physical activity is happening, the blood pump to the brain will go so high, their brain becomes very sharp. So that is one thing. And the other thing, every time they should try doing something new. When they keep on doing something new, the brain will start rewiring it and starts working on it. So the focus increases in that way. And they need to drink a lot of water, and they have to take healthy diet. They should sleep on time, wake up early, and commitment with this homeworks or classworks. If you put a schedule to them, children can easily follow that and start doing it.
Nice.
In this
And
way, yes.
yeah, so I think what you brought out is that the digital media is also in a way like a culprit which comes in the way of their attention, right? Today, even adults are struggling with this. They are not able
Yes.
to stay focused and stay productive. And I like the points that you raised as well. And in a way, uh, I mentor on this will strength, and I also see one of the biggest reason people are not able to achieve professional success or business success or even something else in their personal front is they get distracted very easily. We become like the hare and the tortoise, our minds are like not focused. We want the goal. We all start off both in the together as the goal, but the mind is like the hare and just wants to get distracted. New shiny object, we are there. And I do conduct these master classes where I share more about this. I'll share a link a little later. But continuing, Aruna, you're also writing a book on mapping, brain
Brain.
mapping. So tell us a little bit, what is it that you're going to be bringing in this book?
Yes, brain mapping, which will help every parent to understand their child very easily. Like it is going to contain, because our brain has two hemispheres.
Hmm.
Left brain controls right side of the body, right brain controls left side of the body. Our
Okay.
brain has five lobes, and these five lobes, when divided into two hemispheres, there are 10 lobes. So each lobe is connected to each finger directly. So each finger is going to tell about each lobe. When you find out the lobe strengths and weakness, it is easy for the parent to channelize the child into that. Say like each finger, like this parietal lobe, frontal lobe, prefrontal lobe, temporal lobe, occipital lobe, left and right. So left side again, right side. Left side, all the lobes will think in as logical way. Right side, all creativity. And we know our brain works in that way. Left brain controls right side of the body, right brain controls left side of the body. In this book, I am going to give in detail about each lobe and the functions of each lobe. So with that, they will be able to help their children, because as a parent, especially mothers, they observe so much towards their children. They will be able to say everything about the child. When they see this and they're finding it, that my child, okay, I'm finding difficult with this, my child has this gap, so how to overcome with this. I'll be mentioning few case studies, I'll be mentioning the tools and techniques how individual can do this. So this will help in that way to reach each parent, to help the child in a proper way. This also we will be giving some personalities. There are we have disc profile. There are four profile. There are four personalities: dominant, influential, compliant, and study personality. So in that you will be also able to know which personality. Again, there are the strengths, what are the weakness, where they have to work, and what are the recommendations, and what are the success tips. With this, each parent can help their child. So this is will give you complete knowledge about the child, about the personality, about the learning style, about the communication style, how much speed is going to the neocortex, the neuron speed. So now you, as you're saying, no, why some children are scoring like not focusing. So that child has different type of learning style, and we are trying to teach in different styles. So that is the gap. The child is not able to cope up, and one point of time they think it is difficult, I'm not able to do it, and they'll start giving up. So they
Okay.
might not be good in one thing, they might be good in other things. It is
Mm.
like if you ask the fish to climb the tree, the fish whole life will think it's a foolish that it can't be able to do it. But at the same time, if you leave the fish into the water, it shows all the wonders. So
Mm.
that way we generally have to find out where the child is best. So why try to work on that, strengthen that, capitalize the strengths. And
Nice.
where the child needs practice, we need to give more practice, so that need not to be higher, at least they can overcome with it.
Okay. So that's wonderful points there. And can adults use your book in a way? Can they benefit from it?
Yes, this can be done for adults also, because Our brain can adopt new things easily and it will start rewiring it. So
Okay.
once you know your strengths, you will start capitalizing in it, you will start working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And where you have to work, you will start rewiring. I mean, you start working on it. Say, like, if I give you one example, say like emotional quotient, your emotional quotient is very high. So
Mm-hmm.
you get angry, or your emotions, happy, sad, it goes very high. When you know you have this quotient is high, you will be prepared by yourself. Okay, I will get angry, I'll be behaving like this. So you will have a chance to control them and start working with the adversity. You should not go back. You improve your adversity quotient and start working and start facing it, and how to overcome. With your creative brain, you can also think about this, and you can overcome with the situation.
Wonderful.
If I give you one example, like if you
Yeah.
are scared of this, anything happens, you get immediately panic. So if you're aware of it before, so what you have to do, you need to take deep breaths. Say like 10 deep breaths. Close your eyes. Take
Mm-hmm.
10 deep breaths. And
Okay.
you see your state of mind will go down. Or think of something which you like, and the solution where you feel very calm, peace. Then you think, when you think about that, automatically your brain, your emotions will go down.
Mm.
Drink some water. Then you start asking to the question. Then you start responding to the situation. So these all, when you are aware before, it will help you in that way.
Super.
Otherwise, something happens, we will not be able to correct it. We can't go back in the
Right.
time and then do it. It will be little difficult.
Super. Yeah, I think beautiful points. I'm looking forward to your book when it comes. And I've authored a book called Three Culprits: Laziness, Fear, and Doubt. One of my passion, of the mission that I've taken up, is to help people build will strength. One of the missing ingredients for any form of success. It could be in, personal, professional, student life, relationship. Will, in a way, is effort. And the path that I see is, if we become mindful of every form of effort, like we are talking now, we're putting effort. We are, if somebody is listening, they're putting effort. To stay here till the end, it's effort. Ask question is effort. So to become mindful of that, and I share a lot of nuggets and sort of insights about how you can build will strength so you can improve the quality of your life. I'm going to share a link now. It's called Three Culprits on Amazon, and people who are interested to buy this book, please go ahead. It will give you a lot of strategies and tactics and a lot of stories to inspire you as well. If you're somebody who enjoys reading, then do go ahead. And I've also shared some social media links wherever you're listening in. You can just follow it so you get updates about more such sessions that are going to come up. I'm going to be sharing uh, Aruna's links as well, where you'll commonly see her, share a lot of wisdom and insights she's gathered over the years on her YouTube channel and her LinkedIn page, and you'll find amazing insights there. And for the audiences listening in, thank you again for taking time out. Really honored that you've come here listening into these talk. And if you have any questions, please do post it on the chat window. And earlier, Preeti had shared a comment. Thank you, Preeti. Preeti was one of our previous listeners in the last, I think, last Wednesday, and she had taken this complimentary session, and she said she benefited a lot from the advice that I gave. And I will also be sharing a link for the complimentary session from both Aruna and me. For those who are interested, can just fill in that form, and you'll get a complimentary session. And just to give you that little bit of push, like a catalyst. Maybe if you like, you can take up more further, but at least even one session can be a game changer for you. So continuing, Aruna, like, um, what other, like, what would you advise parents, especially if they're having a tough time with their children, they're not listening in, discipline is an issue in some ways, not going to sleep on time, wanting to watch more TV. eating chocolate, this and that. You're also a parenting coach. So, what would you advise parents from that
Yes.
perspective?
So this is again about the personality. So Dr. William has invented human brain into four personalities. If the child is dominant personality, so he will not take any orders because his personality is dominant. He cannot take any comments. At the same time, when you ask the child, like requesting or explaining why you are asking him to do that, so that will help him to listen to it. But
Mhm.
what happens in our Indian parenting, very traditional methodology, what we do is how we brought up when we are young, how we brought up, we try to put the same thing with the current gen. But the current gen is 20k gen, and they are like more into listen. They always give commands. You see, every house there is a Alexa and there is a Siri. They know everywhere, they always give commands, so they will run. But here you ask, so this generation children, they want to give commands rather than receiving it. So there is a way to explain them. And they are also like dominant personality, they are goal oriented, and they're very, whatever the task you have given, they are result oriented.
Okay.
When you show them in big picture, they are also like, they want result instantly. And when they do small things, you just praise them, you just admire them, give them some gifts, small gifts. But they should earn it. It is not like whatever they ask you give. Okay, you can provide them, but you also give them some tasks, so that will help them to work on it and they can get rewarded. That will again encourage them. When mommy said I'm going to get this, I will do it. So children are like whiteboard, plain board, whatever you write, they're going to take it. So as a parent, we also should be like, giving instructions in such a way where the child is willing to take it. If see, in every child, generally the research says they are listening more than 700 no's every day. The research says. But
Mm-hmm.
it is like, no, in what it, when you're saying no for everything, the child gets confused. I don't know, my mom will accept for this, whether she'll say yes or no. If you say yes, they'll say, oh, you said yes. Oh, that is nice. Then you say no. Oh, I thought you will say no. So the
Mm-hmm.
child also itself gets confused where you are saying. And parents also, like, they are also stressed. They are working. Both the parents are working nowadays. So they are putting him in some extracurricular activities, engaging somewhere. So they don't have, not spending quality time with the children to understand what is going into their brain. Children cannot explain in detail what's happening to them. They will start getting panic, they'll start crying, they'll start saying, because you are not listening to her, so they think, okay, this is good to say no to anything. So they'll also become stubborn. No, I don't want to do it. No, I am not, because they are learning from you how
Mm-hmm.
you are behaving with others at home. They try to imitate the same thing with
Okay.
you when that situation comes. So it
Mm-hmm.
is huge responsibility as a parent. We should see how to behave in front of the children as well. And also, when you're asking something, what is the purpose behind that, why you are asking, if you tell them clearly, they will not say no, they will follow all your instructions. But
Yeah.
instead of saying no, you just think about it, what the child is asking,
Okay.
then you answer it.
Super. I mean, it reminded me of work with one of the children, and since I also do a lot of parenting clients who come to me, and so this boy had bought a cycle. He wanted a new cycle again. He had just bought a cycle and new cycle. Teenage boy, or like 12-year-old, you could say. So the parents were part of this program where there is again asking, should we get him a new cycle? He's throwing so much of tantrums, and so I told that don't get him. Tell him that you will pitch in half for the cycle, okay? and he has to work and earn the other half. It could be his
Yes.
gifts from his birthdays. It could be gift, maybe his grandparents give some money, or maybe he does some small work for somebody and gets some 50
Yes.
rupees, 100 rupees, collects it for that cycle, because he has to know that somebody is working. For
Yes.
parents are giving you that they are working, right? That's how it comes, money comes. And that respect for work comes, respect for effort comes. And the boy was later able to really appreciate you, take care of this cycle more lovingly, with more
Yes.
reverence,
Yes.
because he has earned it and he has put that. We at ship we would call it earning your stripes. you know
Yes.
that means if you have to earn your stripes, it was not just given to you. You have to prove your worth, why you need that stripe, extra
Yes.
stripe, right? So same principle we would bring for children and parenting. And wonderful that you spoke about it, and shared the same insights of what research is also in a way concurring with this mindset and this technique, right? Super.
Yes.
And I would also share at this point, thank you, viewers. Please do ask your questions at any time. Aruna and me would be happy to take them up and clarify some things which has been bothering you. And if we are not able to answer, we will tell you that as well. But do ask. That's how we can also learn something and we can help you also grow. And thank you, Suvarchala. Aruna has been sharing some amazing things. Thank you for your comment. Thank you, Aruna.
Thank you.
And I'll just share this comment on the screen. And I'm going to share a complimentary session. There are two spots available, and for this month, and it's a mentoring form. You can choose whether you want to speak with Aruna, you want to speak with me, or with both of us, of course, separately. And you can then share your thoughts not only on parenting, it could be on your own personal journey that you want some mentoring about. And this is what I offer professionally as well. Aruna also does this. She's got an organization called the Great Brains, and I'm the founder of Skills Beyond Education. So if you like to connect with us, then this is the best medium. In fact, just a little while back, Preeti of the previous dialogue session had shared that she had great insights into her just with one session, and hopefully we can do that for you. So fill up this form. It takes about few seconds just to know what the issue is and whether we can help you. And click on it, opens in a new window, and just go ahead and fill this up. So looking forward to connecting with you. Don't miss. There are only two spots, and hope you are the one to grab it soon. So continuing, Aruna,
Yes.
uh, you had mentioned, when we were speaking much before, you had mentioned about how the assessment tools that you have can help people rapidly find out the cause or the root of the issue, which in a way helps them find. So can you tell me about that assessment and the things that you do?
Yes. One, I was talking to you about the brain mapping. It shows inborn talents, finding out inborn talents. Everybody born with some talents. We need to find out what are the inborn talents, what are their strengths and the areas to work, what is the personality and what is communication style. This will help from children to adults. Anybody can take this assessment, and they will come with the results of all with the particular number. This is scientific tool, and this will give the exact number, and without knowing about that person will be able to say everything about that person.
Okay.
So this is helping many people, children especially, to how to study and score good marks. They will be able to understand from this. And
Mm.
what is the personality, parents will be able to understand, and they'll understand what is the communication style, the brain, the body, anatomy. We all, and another, everybody has communication style from body to brain is different. So that you
Mm.
will be able to understand how this child can understand anything.
Okay.
And learning style, when it comes to education studies, it is we give so much priority because we know our children are doing well, but the world judges the child only with the marks. So
Mm.
marks also equally important. So this is important to understand what is the child's learning style, so that if you put the child in that pace, the child learns very easily and he will not give up. Otherwise, what will happen? The child thinks, I put a lot of effort, I'm working so much, I'm working hard, still I'm not able to score good marks. So they will start their confidence on themselves, they'll start losing. So that will not happen. So up to career options and extracurricular activities, everything comes in this. And the next, once you identified about yourself, and the next part is how to train your brain.
Okay.
So our research says we are using only 4 to 5% of the brain.
Mm.
We are not using the whole brain, the complete brain. So there are so many other dimensions on the of the brain, dimensions of the brain. We are not even touching that. Without touching that, we are just spending our life and completing it. So with this trainings, very traditional, very scientific trainings,
Okay.
this will help to use your untapped potential of the brain.
Mm.
They can become 10x of whatever they are doing. The result will be 10x. They can better, they can give 10x times better
Okay.
what they were earlier. Their confidence levels go so high, these people can stand in the crowd.
Mm.
They'll be able to use their brain. They don't get panic for small things. They get more creative. And the brain becomes so powerful, their focus will be very high on whatever the task they're doing. So when your focus is high, automatically the results are amazing results. So there
Mm.
is a phenomena which we are not using, we'll be able to use it. It's only a 2 days workshop, and after that we will be doing the follow-up session to make the powers what they are enabling the powers to imbibe in their body, and they should be able to use it for their whole life.
Okay.
For the students, even we do this for adults as well. Your intuitions become so high, your decision making will be very easy for you. You don't get confused for small things. Your clarity in decision making will make you very easy to take decisions. And your sleep nowadays, everybody is going through this sleep patterns. The sleep, they are not, if they're going to bed also, they're not able to sleep properly. When you are not able to sleep properly, your body is not getting charged properly. So they again, no, this is again, we are developing all lifestyle diseases.
Yeah.
So after this training, your sleep patterns also regulates. You can see the change in yourself. Your brain becomes very calm. Your sleeps becomes better. You
Yeah.
will become very healthy, and your thought process changes. You can come out with the negativity. You will be more positive. You can connect to the universe. You'll
Yeah.
be very grateful what you're doing. And another one more thing everybody nowadays going through is about the memory. Even today, this morning, I got one message. She's a doctor. I don't know whether she is here or not. Dr. Shikha from Mumbai. She messaged and asking, I was going through your Insta page. You are talking about this brains training, brainstorming, and all. And you're also talking about neuroplasticity with the brain. I'm really connected to this, ma'am. Nowadays, I'm finding very difficult. I'm forgetting things very easily. And when it comes to the work, I'm getting panic because I'm forgetting. I'm not able to recollect, and it is giving panic. And my whole day is just like I'm not able to become more productive in my workplace.
Mm.
Can you help me in that way? Yes, we can. So the memory power again, that you can see that your memory power also will increase after this.
Mm.
You'll become sharp with the numbers. You'll become sharp with the names. These are all like
Interesting. Very
whatever
interesting. Yeah.
you can overcome with all with these trainings.
Yeah. I mean, it reminded me, of course, for the memory, I use other techniques, but it's nice to know what you're doing here. And but it reminded me of something else. I thought I should share it with the viewers, how to control their impulsiveness, right? And this is something that we have used in very crucial decision making out at sea. And the research shows that it takes just a couple of nanoseconds for us to make decisions, right?
Right.
Critical decisions. And when you can give your brain 2 seconds, 2 seconds. It feels forever in your mind. Oh my God! Like when you're waiting for 2 seconds. If I say let's not talk for 2 seconds, maybe for viewers it'll be like nothing, but for us it feels like forever. Have you had that?
Yes.
And so that 2 seconds is a huge amount of time for the brain. And I tell people that take 6 minutes seconds, okay, or 7 seconds before you decide something, and you will see amazing control your impulsive. Forget 2 seconds, you're nearly 3x the time, and people will be wondering what's happening, why are you, but you're taking that 6 seconds, okay, and deciding, and you'll see massive control in impulsiveness. You will not do those impulsive purchases. You will not speak impulsively and then feel like you hurt somebody or you're upset. You'll just hold back. Okay, so just practice 6 seconds. You typed out a message, wait for 6 seconds, and then fire it away.
They just have to be paused for few seconds, 5 to 6 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all. Your thought process will change completely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right. So I've seen this at crucial decisions, not just simple, crucial life and death situations, serious accidents, and you're suddenly like, stuck. And I just tell, give 5 seconds or 6 seconds, just pause, and the answer comes, then take the next step. Right. So I've actually written about this in the book as well, Three Culprits: Laziness, Fear, and Doubt. If anybody's interested, please buy this on Amazon. It's available there as a Kindle and paperback, and it will give you a lot of insights. And Aruna is also going to be publishing a book soon on brain mapping. It should be available on Amazon. So do keep following her as well. And meanwhile, I'm sharing a link for a complimentary session in case you'd like to reach out for a one-to-one, just to get some little bit of a clarity in what you're doing, little bit of direction for a particular goal. Maybe it's a business goal, finance goal, maybe it's a personal goal. You want to write a book, maybe it's some memory challenge, health and sleep. It does not matter. Aruna has got some amazing insights. She shares it from a perspective of brain mapping, and I bring similar solution from a completely different perspective called will strength. Okay, but the end goal is the same. It's two different schools of thought, but the idea and intent is to help you. So the form is there. It's called the mentoring session, complimentary, for the just two spots available. So if you're interested, then click the link. Then someone from our team will reach out to you and schedule a call. Okay. So if you haven't received it, just let me know and I can repost it, especially if you've joined in. And I hope you're having some amazing insights for you. Do leave a comment on the chat box. It'll inspire us as well. It's great to have Aruna here. I'm learning a lot and hope all of us are getting some major takeaways for our lives. And continuing on, Aruna, like what extracurricular activities you would recommend for children or adults, okay, to improve their mental faculties or their brain capacities? What would you say?
Yes. When it comes to extracurricular activities, every parent wants to enroll their child after school. They make sure the child should go to some extracurricular activities. Generally, what happens, as in parents' perspective, how they think, what is available to my nearby, whether the child is interested in it or not. If it is nearby, the child can commute by himself or herself and go and come. Or something what the parent wanted to do in their childhood but did not get a chance to do that, and we try the child to get it done or learn it and do it, so which is not correct actually. So what is the time you're investing, money you're investing? It is just going waste because the child will not be able to show that much interest and utilize that opportunity. See, if you find your child is finding difficulty in writing, the child is making lot of spelling mistakes. While writing, he strikes again, and again. He is writing, and the child is he knows a complete answer, but not able to score full marks. That means his fine motor skills need to be improved. With this fine motor skills, these are our fine motor skills. When we start working on it, in one point of time, it will start improving at the brain, will start rewiring, and it becomes strong. And you also see that the child is not willing to move. We have so many complaints nowadays. Now, if you give the mobile, the child sits for hours together because you're not asking, because they don't want to do more much physical activities. That means the parietal lobe is in little low, which needs to be work and make it sharp. So enroll the child something, maybe skating or cycling or running or some basketball, football, anything where he will do the lot of physical activities. At least 1 hour, he need to sweat himself, him or herself. So this child, when the physical abilities, endurance levels are low, but he has other, like he has all leadership qualities. So when the child grow up, like he is becoming a leader, but the physical abilities are not coping up, what will happen? He will not be able to work for all the 8 hours. He get tired easily, and he may not be able to give his best to himself. So if you observe that and you try to improve it when the child is in very young age, so what will happen? The endurance levels will go high. So the leadership qualities will help this child. The physical activities, when you improve, and the leadership skills already the child has, when he grow up, he will become an excellent leader. He can perform well. I'm just giving one example of parietal lobe. And for the again, you need to improve the for fine motor skills. Give him some drawings and ask him to color. When they hold the crayon, so automatically these fingers will get charged when they hold it continuously and start writing. If you ask the child to write continuously, they will not write it. They don't like to write continuously. So that is, writing alone is not the thing to improve the fine motor skills. You can give them coloring, giving pencil, and ask him to do some free handwriting. If the child is interested, give some blocks. So he will come with the creativity and he'll start doing some building blocks. Appreciate and ask him to do different shapes. They will do that. And give some clay, ask them to make some shapes. They will do it. And sit with the child and play caroms with the child. So when you do all these activities, these fine motor skills will develop. And the physical endurance level, you have to work with all physical, all big muscles you are working. So this child, when he grows with the leadership qualities, when the physical endurance levels also high, they can perform very well with in the life.
Mm.
I just give the one example, but
Yeah.
the other aspects, other things also there, you need to observe. If the
Mm.
child is not able to do maths properly, it is not like there is nothing right or wrong, good or bad. It is only he did not understand the concept.
Yeah.
Just divide that in steps. Now,
Very.
instead of make him sit and teach every day all the things, you just break them different small parts and explain them, show them, make them practice, teach them. They can become excellent when they are able to sit and listen to you focusly, not
Mm.
like hours together. Make sure when you're making your child to sit for studies or doing some activity, his tummy is full, is in good mood, is not cranky. So you can see that child can complete the homework or the writing within few minutes.
Mm.
If the child is not interested, you are forcing him to make him sit. He will sit hours together. He will be completing only 1 or 2 lines. So this will give disappointment to the parent as well as the child.
Yeah. Yeah. I think most of the issue comes with the parents coming with these expectations of
Yes.
what their child should do while the child is on their own journey. And just to add a little more, you've shared some amazing points. I'm completely in sync with the clay work, free form. They are absolutely brilliant things to give your child. But what I also would like to add a little further was to build their daily discipline. Children have to, especially school going children, I'm not talking little baby toddlers, school going children, to when they wake up, to make their bed fold their blankets, make
Yes.
tidy their things, keep their cupboards clean, tidy up their toys when they come. And we had created a boot camp for children called the Apprentice Camp, and where children would do every day, they would make their bed, right? And they could see that sometimes parents would come back and after even a year or two and say, my son is still doing that practice, right? And it's amazing to see. And that discipline is showing in the child. Is now 4 5 years older, and it's a different kind of discipline he has built. He can show it in his cricket games, in his studies, the way he's confidently moving about. So that is the power of will. And when you can build that as your core foundation, that's why in the armed forces and everything they say, how you keep your bed and how you keep your cupboard reflects your state of mind,
Yes.
reflects the state of your
Right.
being, right? You don't need to do anything. You sort that out. It has got the power of transference, and it will show in your other work, and it
Yes.
will start showing in your stuff. Okay.
Right. When
So
you're organized outside,
yeah.
inside your brain will get organized.
Organized, absolutely. Outside in. I also completely work on this outside in techniques. There are a lot of inside out, but some are very powerful outside in techniques. And
Yeah, adding to this though, I also do this, in summer camps. We rarely do, I mean, only once in a year we do these summer camps.
okay.
What children are not learning in schools, we
Mm,
teach them here. As you said, personality development,
yeah,
keeping the bed clean, organizing things,
yeah.
taking care of siblings, and safety, self
Mm,
safety, mobile safety, when
yeah.
they go out, safety, ethics, culture. Now, all these things I cover in my summer camps.
Superb, superb.
Yeah.
So that's
And
absolutely needed because these are really skills. Like,
important. Yes.
for what would parents want that tomorrow if they are outside somewhere studying in some hostel, maybe they're abroad or some other city, that you want them to know they will eat well, sleep on time well, take care of their, it will not be like terrible and you are sorted, and that's what you want. And from there, my journey working with children started, and today I help mainly adults, and especially across 30 plus to 60 is my main segment of audiences who come for one-to-ones and our boot camps today. And we're building the will strength, and and also in some ways helping them become what I call masters of discipline. Because once you become that master of will, rather, that then you can start creating your destiny. If you want to become, you want to start doing some studies, you want to start being consistent in your business or profession, it takes will work, a lot of will. So it's great having insights from you as well, Aruna. It gives me a lot of connections to my work I'm doing, right? And it also helps. I've shared a mentoring form for viewers who are listening in, who have tuned in late. I hope you're enjoying. Please leave a question, and we'll be happy to take. And thank you so much for taking your time out here. And we got a little more time before we wind up, and maybe a question or two more. If you have any questions with regard to your own self, a challenge that you're facing, then Aruna and me would be happy to really take that up, right? And I think we got a question, good in a good thing, yeah. Uh, Hello, Aruna auntie. Can you share? Please let us know what are the do's and don'ts that have to be followed after the mid-brain activation sessions. Maybe it's something very specific to you. Uh, Maybe based on the work that you're doing, I suppose.
Okay. What are the do's and don'ts that have to follow after the midbrain activation session? See, after the midbrain activation session, it is like we already give the instructions, we have given our links what you have to follow every day. So this will help to when you train your brain. We have a brain gym exercise, which is very important. See, our fingers are directly connected to the brain. Whenever you're touching something, heat or cold, how fast you are receiving, right? When you touch, hold something with your pencil and all, again, brain will start developing the liquids in the brain when you do that. So when we are teaching all the brain gym exercises, you practice it every day. At least 5 to 10 minutes when you do the brain exercises. What is the left brain is doing, right brain will not be doing the same thing. Gender will not be doing the same thing in the brain gym. In general, what will happen, what is the left hand is doing, right brain also tries to do that. So you are training your brain differently, so the both the hemispheres gets energized. So that will help you. Do meditation, that will give you the calmness to your brain. And do some physical activities which will pump to your brain, the blood will pump to the brain, so your whole day will be very well organized and you will be more energetic. Just practice this, automatically your day, your productivity in the day will improve. And the don'ts, generally don'ts, what do you expect in the don'ts? Maybe are you talking about practice, you're missing the practice? If for one day, at least 5 days a week, you please practice this, definitely you see the result.
How can you help adults with brain training?
Yes, we already talked about it. Again, I would like to answer again. So this brain train, we at the age when the child becomes age 3, the right brain working will become slow. You will become more dominated with the left brain, because in the home itself every our atmosphere becomes like that. No, no, don't do with the left hand, touch with the right hand, do everything. If the child wants to hold the pencil with the left hand, they immediately stop and they try to do it. So we make an atmosphere where we are generally do everything with the right brain, with the right hand. So automatically, as our brain, left brain controls right side of the body, right side controls left side of the body. So left brain becomes so dominant. Left brain is logical and it is a creativity part. Any information goes there, it cannot retain there for a long time, because we process so many info, so much of inputs into it, so much of information into it. It is always topping on it. So once it works, it erases and it goes to the next. That is the reason we are forgetting. I was talking about memory loss. We are forgetting things very easily. We get tired very quickly and we get distracted very quickly. These are all left brain dominance. When it comes to the right brain, it is creativity part and it has unlimited space in it. So what will happen after this training? The information will start synchronizing to the both sides of the hemispheres. So it will help you and give you more clarity in decision making. Instead of thinking only left brain, you will be using right brain as well. I don't say you are not using, but you will get that no for focus into right brain as well. So your sleep patterns will increase. You will be able to control your emotions, your decision. You will get more clarity in decision making, and you will become 10x. You will become more positiveness towards yourself. You will be able to understand your breathing with the small changes in breathing techniques, how our body reacts. You can practically experience in our workshop, and you will understand how we are connected with the universe. So you will be able to learn all these things, so you will become very strong with that, so you can automatically see the changes in yourself. If the dominance is left brain is very high, you will be able to control and start working with the right brain as well. So these are all the benefits. The sleep patterns will increase, your memory powers will be, your memory becomes very strong, emotions will control and will come under control, and your thinking towards something will be very positive. Your thought process will change and your intuitions become so strong. We have so many students, I mean the adults, that we I'll share with you one story. We did one adult session. There we had one doctor. She's a gynecologist. First she enrolled for her son. He is doing amazingly so well. The child who was not listening, he was so addicted to the online games during Corona. Mother and father working, he'll come with the mobile and he will top up with money and he'll tell you just give the password. I need to pay. He was so much addicted to the mobile, and after this training, his brain himself, like no mother, father, they're not able to control, but he himself got changed. He is not playing, he's not he's not playing with money or all these things, and he's not playing continuously, and he started listening to the mother, and reading for a long time. So these are all changes the mother saw. Mother also was trying to do the brain gym along with the son. So she also see a lot of change in herself. Her anger has gone down, and she could see that son is doing well, and she herself got enrolled, and she could see the change that she gets angry very quickly, and she developed in such a way she's giving pauseness whenever she's getting angry or any situation. She is able to control her emotions, and she's becoming little calm and acting towards the situation, and as the thought process, sleeping, memory power got increased. So these are all the benefits with the adults. So this lady I told you, the gynecologist came for the class. She was telling, I want to improve my intuitions when the patient comes, the pregnant lady comes, whether it is going to happen normal delivery or I should go with the C-section. So she wanted to work in that way with the brain intuition. So I don't have to rush up with all those things. So I can do my work very pleasantly. If it is going to be C, we'll see the situations and all. Or as you are saying, willpower, Preethamji, how we can do those things, you know. So our brain is one mysterious part, even till today, scientists were not able to understand completely. So they still are
Absolutely.
working.
Still, I think a lot
Yes.
which is there. And I think Daniel Kahneman also talks in his book about intuition. And of course, it can also be misleading sometimes, but at the same time, if you can catch it spot on, then this can be a biggest asset
Yes.
uh, to really excel. We are getting some questions, but I would also like to share about something called the Grit Masterclass, a discipline builder, a free masterclass that I conduct. It's a WhatsApp group. Feel free to join, click and join, and you will get some insights into your will, and you get some toolkits to build your will strength. So it's available there. And before we come to our closing thoughts, if there are any questions, please do ask. I think there is one more question, Aruna, for you.
Mhm.
Something about the day. Is it something that you want to take it up now?
What is it?
Let me see if I can read that. A
Okay,
question
good.
about, can you please explain what are the today's activities that we can do to exploit our midbrain?
Activities that we do lead us to explanations of our midbrain. Yes.
Hmm.
You mean to ask the activities? Yes, I already covered this question.
Okay, then we will not go into that.
Yes.
Then maybe we'll take something else. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, is there any stories from your experience about some
Yes.
changes
I'd
people
love
have?
to share that. One lady came with her son. The child is special child. He doesn't know what if the question is given, what is your name? In the answer, he'll write, what is your name? He doesn't know that he has to write, my name is so and so. And
Okay.
he was not aware of writing numbers also. He doesn't know to the tables.
Mm,
But when we did the brain mapping and we understood the capability where his strengths are lying, and we started giving all inputs and suggestions what she has to work, the mother really worked with that, and she come with the best results. And he also enrolled for the brain trainings, and after the brain trainings, it had really helped him a lot. Like as I mentioned in the beginning of the session, we are able to use our an untapped potential of the brain. He started writing all long answers, and he is able to learn the tables.
mm,
So that is the miracle with the child. He is able to understand things, and he is able to write the answers. He is able to learn tables, and he started doing maths, addition, subtractions. So this happened to this child.
mm,
And another child, another parent came. The mother was upset because she is working in a college as a lecturer. She has two children. One child is scoring good marks. He's always like above 90. The other child is scoring all single digits, 7, 6, 8. So what she was telling, what the elder one is leaving, the younger one is covering. Totally, they
Sure.
are making 100% in that way, ma'am. And
Mm,
when I'm going to the school in PTMs, I'm really feeling very low when the teachers are talking about my child, all these things. No, he's looks not scoring good marks. He's very childish. No, we cannot judge children with only with the marks.
absolutely.
We have to give them more knowledge, but of course we need to teach them, but there is a way how to teach them. You need to spend time, you need to understand his learning style, why he's taking long time to learn something. You teach him in that where he can learn. There are again learning styles will come in my book, so that will again help the parent to understand what type of learner is the child, so that they use those tools, so that the child can learn that way. So
Mm,
after this training, they see that the child started scoring good marks,
mm.
and now he's studying MBBS in Philippines, second year
Nice.
of MBBS. So they thought he cannot do anything and he is not good for anything. No, you just decide yourself. No, you can. But instead of that, help the child, give them the platform where they can stand, so that it will be helpful for them to build their career, build their confidence, and overcome with the all this what all they are finding difficulty in that.
Superb. I mean, it reminds me of how, like the multiple intelligences. We focus so much on one aspect, but we
Yes,
forget that musical aspect we need. We need that body kinesthetics.
yes,
We need the logic side also, which is the more rosy part. The logic side looks very intelligent, but we need the musical part. We need that spatial
spatial
intelligence.
intelligence. Yes,
We need that word intelligence, vocabulary intelligence. We need body intelligence. And once we can build all this, I think you can become an amazing human being. Even at the biggest learning for me, you can say, in COVID time. Until then, I was a little skeptical of adults changing, honestly. And I used to be more focused on working with children and young adults. But COVID time, I really started working with adults, and that gave me interesting perspective that at any time, at any point of life, you can start working on yourself, right, and see the changes. I had people from 21-year-old to 79-year-old come and attend the programs. I was very, and it was a wide range of
yes,
people going on to finish their PhDs, they're starting art galleries and this and that business. So that's, I think, the power of what we each individuals hold, and whether we live our life to our potential or not is up to us. And with that, I think we're coming to an end.
yes.
And I hope our viewers have enjoyed this session with Aruna. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
taking time out and sharing these valuable inputs. Please do follow her. She's on LinkedIn and YouTube, very active, and she'll be sharing some amazing insights. We'll also be sharing a little later in our comments of this video in case you missed it. So you can still follow, and I'll be sharing other links as well. And stay tuned in for our next week's dialogue with another amazing mentor. And until then, take care, everybody. Good night. Thank you, Aruna, once
Thank
again.
you, Preetham. Thank you, viewers. Thank you very much.